Continuing the soundtrack album that I'm working on this month. It's based on the soundtrack to News of the World, which is a fairly recent Tom Hanks movie. It's got a western bluegrass feel, and that's what I'm currently doing. So it's time to lay down the groundwork. This purple one is the piano track. Let's give that a listen. I'm just going to play along before I start recording. It has slightly sort of country, rustic, rural feel, but also Native American. So again, a little bit out of tune. Technically in tune, according to the tuner, it doesn't sound like it matches the piano. So, yeah, the goal now is before the afternoon chaos starts, I need to basically just do the guitar track for this whole song. Should hopefully take less than 30 minutes. Let's give it a bash. Guide track there, let's hear it in solo. Okay, way too many squeaks. This is one of the challenges with being an acoustic guitar. You have to, so I'm going to actually just move further away and hope that I'm going to play a little bit more carefully. Hopefully that works. Let's give it another bash. Try recording the bottom of the guitar because that will keep my fingers positioned away. This is really fine tuning stuff. You can get an average or decent recording without worrying about it. It's volume automation that I'm concerned with. I'll have to buzz there. Gotta get to know my music better. This is the punch-in point. Okay, it's a new favorite. Punch-in recording on. One more. Cool, so the guitar was good there. Guitar was fine. Let's move into this B section, I think it is. Where have I not labeled? Okay. Now I'm doing is labeling this next section, so we're going to turn split R, turn snap on. Go 2, 3, 1. There's a punching. Labeling things so I can telegraph them, see them as they come. Here we go. In 2 bars. Now the G has gone out. What it takes to record a guitar track. Switch over to this next section, which is a beautiful B section going basically just F. For this I'll climb up the fretboard so I get more of a tender high voice. Here we go. Now the challenge is going to be doing this without sliding. All sorts of things that we're going to pick up, like if I vibrato and this taps against here, you're going to hear it. These mics are so sensitive, okay? First ring was good, then I stuffed it up on the G. Let's reset the marker. There we go. And same this. This will basically have to be done separately, I think. Yes. Elbow keeps knocking the mic. So from here, I wanted a moment where the guitar, up until now, is just strummed once or twice, but what I actually want is for it to move here a bit. So I'm gonna do the second half of this piece, the second half of this section. I'm gonna change the voicing to here. Taking it back a few bars and boom. Very delicate. Cool. So it's interrupted actually, this phrase is interrupted. Because it doesn't fully go home, it isn't fully complete. 2, 3, and then we've actually got a little bit of a orphan midi notes. Where are we? There we are. These are the values here. Okay, let's get rid of those, and here we go. Okay, so the transition isn't very good. Let's signal the end of that phrase like this. Bring it in here. Save. Actually, I'm going to take it back even a bar because what I wanted was a nice open A, which I didn't play. So let's try that. This might stand nicely on its own just before the guitar comes back here. So I'm going to leave a gap here and I'll see how that works out. Actually no, it's not going to work because this is cinematic music. Everything has to be so like thickly layered. So it's worth actually just recording the guitar, and if it stands out too much, just turn it down or whatever. Okay, so then back to the start, or at least back to the A section, the second A section. So I'm thinking of it as like the Native American section because I can hear like flutes and stuff going on. I'll record those later. Okay, let's go. 2, 3, 1. So take it from the C. The really emotional part, and this is going to be, alright, now we're going to go full on. I'm going to go right down to the bass string on the guitar. Is that too loud? Yeah, it's almost peaking. Let's get a little bit softer, please. stuffed up the major minor change. Okay, let's take it from here. Stuffed up again. The ultra section, and the ultra section's got a very high, so you can actually see if you look at this piano, all the black dots are the MIDI, and you can see how over time it starts low and then goes up and then comes down a bit and then goes up and then goes up, and this is literally a graph of the emotional lift, the emotional energy that I'm trying to, that composers try to enact throughout like the process of the track. That makes no sense. Yeah, it's like a roller coaster. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that a higher octave is a higher emotional feeling, but that's often how it does work. And looks like I've got some disgusting. Looks like I've peaked over here. I've done the impossible and I've peaked, so that's really bad recording practice, but I'm in too much of a rush to fix it, so onwards and forwards. I'll fix all the gaps and the splits and stuff later, that's fine. For now, let's work on a nice outro section. I think I've got one here like this. One chord that lasts quite nicely over this section. I don't know what it is though. So I'm going to just loop this section and then jam it a bit. Ra, da, 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 da. Looping. Nothing like that. So I'm literally composing now while I'm recording in my mind. I'm going to come up with parts that work over this sequence. There's an A minor. It's got to be gentle as hell. Major 7 to C, D minor to C to B flat. So that's F major 7, C, D minor. Okay, I'm just. The guitar in this piece is not going to be a featured instrument at all. I'm literally just going to copy what the piano's doing. I hope the voice intertwining is pleasing. Okay, actually I'm going to cheat now because what we need is a second guitar track that preserves the fade out of that first one. So I'm going to put this guitar acoustic, just going to call it 1, and call this one 2. And now these two bad boys actually need to be grouped. How do we group them again? We do this, and that's a folder track. So you go in there, boom, boom, both of you go in there. Now they should be going just to the folder, and the folder just should be going to the master. That means that any of the compression, EQ, reverb, anything that I do is going to affect them both. This is just so that I can have the fade out go here still, get both the fade out and the new guitar part going at the same time. Okay, here we go. Click on. Let's go forward a couple bars and set the record intro point. Take off loop, and here we go. It's like flying a spaceship. Just a little bit harder. Fret buzz on the C, take from there, here we go. 2. Okay, I don't think the guitar works for that final chord, at least not in this voicing. So I'm going to take it up here. No, that doesn't work either. Yeah, let's just do the most gentle. Cool. That's a decent sort of, I suppose, a decent recording going down here. And now we do the listen back and listen for mistakes. While I'm doing that, I'm going to fix the splits, which is where all the punch-ins. So if you think someone can like play a guitar track like this, start to finish without any errors or whatever, at this level of detail, where I'm trying to literally like control like the sound of the rustling and stuff in the room, then I think you're mistaken. Like this is maybe I'm mistaken. Let's find out. Let's find the nearest common point and maybe do a little bit of a fade in, eh? What do you think? Here's a secret for music producers or aspiring music producers. Probably the biggest secret that I have. Close your eyes when you edit and stuff. Listen. That's a particularly bad one. Sounds like someone hit a one of the cartoon sounds, like a. Okay, let's see if we can cut it off. Okay, split is not helping here. Or I'll just volume down. So let's take that guy down. Lose the fade and just go really slow. It's okay to have a little bit of natural sound like that. So the level's going to come down, the reverb's going to wash it out, and the EQ's going to... Let's just take it down a bit more. There's the split. Cool. What does this look like? Where's official. There's another little trick is don't make your splits at the obvious points, at the beginning of a bar or the end of a bar. You can get away with a lot more if you put it in like an unexpected location. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit, if you got a fine ear, you'll hear that, but otherwise. It's a split, should be following along with. It sounds like a split, but it actually isn't. So I might have to do something about that. I hate having, if I can avoid it, there's a little bit of a giveaway. Bit too much for my liking. Let's take it up a little bit here. Hold pedal problem there in the piano, so I'm actually not even really listening out for it, but I got it. Okay. A little bit typewriter sounds. Okay, now what we do with these, what I call them seagulls, because they sound like seagulls. Just drop them down like 20 dB. They're only a problem if they're too loud, if they stand out of the mix. And now we've got a problem because they are not fading in. So here's the editing. Here's the behind the scenes stuff that you don't always see in the press release. That's not going to work because the volume dip is too much. So maybe I have to redo this. Let's see if I can. See, it's at a crucial point in the song, so I can't actually get away with it. I have to redo it. And also there's a second strum there that I don't think is really necessary. So this is a good part to redo. Go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm just going to punch in there. Should take a second. There we go. Click on. That's better. Good. We can stick that guy right up here. The goal of all of this, what I'm doing now, is to create a single. Okay, that sounds a little bit obvious that this is an ender note, but anyway. Because that's the first time you hear the high strings on the guitar ring out. Okay. Let's get it nice and subtle. 3, 4. There's a split there. Actually a good place for a split because it's not very obvious. Turn snap off. Okay, except that there's now fingerboard sounds. Get rid of them. Let me take that down. Take this guy up. I hate the way Reaper automatically splits clips like this. I don't get it, and you can hear it. Which is nonsense. I'm also the way it resets whenever I exit a scroll point. That's fine. guns blazing. Should be a little bit hotter. Okay, there we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't worry, I'm going to get all the instruments in here for this one. I'm going to be a little bit big. A little too early. Okay, again. This was pretty atrociously played, so I'm going to redo it. I'm going to redo it during this section. Just need. This is a moment in the song where it's a nice return. So let's get it right. Also, let's record to the right channel. Let's get it right. Click for this. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. A lot of noises there, right? Not bad, just that second. A little bit of fret buzz there. Let's try and redo that. Something went wrong. Okay, we're going to redo it from the same place. Okay, here. Muted again. See how it goes with this section here. Okay. Alright, getting there. Let's save it. Difference in the tone. A little bit early. Cool, there's a nice area. That's unusual place for split. Okay, nice. Oh, that's pretty loud right there. It's like a car crash. And again. It's also split. Aha, so I've just figured out how to use control space to reset the head. Nope, turn off to one time. Little knock there, let's fade it out properly. Vroom. Do the same here. To the D minor, C, E flat. Let's lose the shifting sounds. That sounds obvious, huh? This B flat actually needs to ring a bit more, so I'm going to, let's get it right to here, okay. Yeah, that works. Wunderbar, I think we have a guitar track, kids. I think that's all we really need to do on this track. Volume can come down a little bit subtle. Very simple. Ding ding. Let it ring. Okay. Let it ring. Nice long slow fade there. Okay. We now have an out marker for the track. Add that there. Guten Tag. Now I think we give it one more listen through and then we bounce it down, and that's it. Sorry, there's just one thing that's annoying me. I've got to wash my hands because they smell like cheese. My hands smell like cheese. Na 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 na. Alright, let's give it a listen, kids. Oops, don't record. That's bad. I can get rid of that. Just go. Right, I'm going to do myself a solid and really start working the compressor immediately, so we don't have to. Nice gentle, so 3 to 1. Get the compression down early so you are less judgmental actually. And then take the volume envelope down, so 6 dB just to. firstly put the compressor after the EQ, not before, and tuner last, and then EQ we've got to just roll off these highs, just everything in general actually. There's no reverb, of course, that makes a big difference. Let's add the reverb. 1, 2, 3. Early there. Might also just want to tame the mids a bit. That's what we want. Not the slides, but the... Nice. That's a pretty loud chord. All of this should come down, I think. On 15, eh? Cool. Okay, that's fantastic. Now I can give a beginning marker. U2. Good. So this is it. So I've just finished recording the guitar track for this lovely piece of music, which doesn't have a name yet. And now what that enables me to do is, and I can actually clean up. And you say remove selected files, and that allows you to, that deletes all the stuff that you are no longer using. So now I've committed, I've bounced it down. There's only so much I can do to change it. No more going back. So this is how you move forward. You keep on like bouncing it down, committing, just going hard. Right. I don't know what to do next, but I do think it's going to involve. Oops. I don't know what to do next, but I think it's going to involve some strings, because I've been actually listening to get the strings in. So I have a feeling I'm going to end up using the whole orchestra. Let's go with Orchestra Light. Orchestra Light is just the sections. So it's just the string section, the brass section, but it doesn't contain individual instruments or articulations for those instruments, meaning that I can use strings to play stuff, but I can't use violas, which is fine because you actually only need a certain level of detail for this kind of work. Like I said, what I'm doing is I'm basing this soundtrack, these soundtracks, I'm writing a few of these this month, I'm basing them on the soundtrack for News of the World, which is this Western Civil War era, around the 1860s. Civil War era story with Tom Hanks, and it's very kind of rustic, very Americana. It's my first foray, I guess, into this type of music. Let's see how it goes. Okay, strings, orchestra light. We want the orchestra to go to the master. That's fine, and then you on. There we go. Gotcha. So we're in the key of sort of A minor, and the strings won't come in until a moment later on in the track. So let's put that over there. I can move it off screen, it's not helping me right now. Okay. So we've come in with the C major. Now we want this, yeah. Okay, that's too lush. Aha, I've got the perfect thing. It's the harmonics articulation. So right up here, harmonics is A6. So at this point, what we want to do is create a new MIDI file, a new MIDI clip for this B section, which starts here, and then make sure the articulation going in is A6. Now I think there's an error with this. I'm going to take a chance. I think it's A5 that actually is technically the... It's A6, okay. Good. This is where things get a bit tricky, changing articulations like this. Okay, good, that worked. So that means whatever I do from here on is automatically going to sound like harmonics, which is what I want. That's beautiful. Okay, let's stick with that. Super subtle, and here we go. Nope, since it's overwritten it, so we've got to actually change that to MIDI overdub. I've got to do the same for all of these now, unfortunately. MIDI overdub. When I hit the wall, when I encounter a problem, when I, whatever, figure out that things aren't working, in that moment, I fix the problem, so I never have to deal with it again. So right now, housekeeping. Watch light. Gotcha. Override, yes. Now, back to where we were. Good. You know, don't want to do the split. Cool, so we've made made a start on the string arrangements. I've got to stuff up, I've got to fix here, some orphan notes I played by mistake. Okay, nothing fancy, very simple part on the harmonics, on the strings. Not sure if brass and winds are going to work. If anything, it's going to be winds. Let's try winds out. It's going to be number 3. Let's take the articulation down. 2. Where is it? I mean, it sounds nice. I like the sound of this woodwind ensemble. It's just that I need to know where the articulation controls are. C sharp -1. Okay. There it is. Okay. Now, do we have the... No, that's not it. Where is it? There it is. No, we don't have any kind of harmonic or... So what I'm going for is a very airy sound of flortando, if they call it so. But now I need to make it super subtle. So that is way too loud. Let's take the volume of that down. Oops, what the hell did I just do? Funny. Yes, you can do it like this. Oh, no, you can't. You have to... Okay, you have to do it another way. I'll do volume mixing later. Let's just jam this part first and see if we can make it sound nice. So yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, good. Let's record that part. Nice. First things first, we want to... Let's see, why does it do that? Like, there we go. I think that's better if you want to record a blank one. Yeah. Okay, C sharp -1 is the articulation for a phone stringing. Kind of sounds like the piece I'm writing. So okay, let's try that. Low, just the low ones. No. Okay, so I've got 3 parts in mind here. One is so maybe we can do the basses. Do that. So before we move on to the winds, let's finish the string arrangement. I've got an idea to finish off here. Where are we? Select one. There we go. Still in harmonics. So here we go. I think I say here we go too much. 3. Harmonics tend to linger a bit, eh? Okay, so something like this. 1, 2, 3. No. Okay, so nothing fancy in the bass, just. Okay, I just started that second C a little bit late when I was here. So let's just correct that, and otherwise we're good. We've got a bass part. Let's layer it up with the winds. Okay, winds. Yes, those high pentatonic high pentatonic flutes sound all. No. Okay. The strings, the modulation is just annoying me a bit. So. Let's try again. Oh, so it doesn't actually decrease the volume. There we go, yeah. Too much, okay. Okay, try again. Now, I was actually thinking of doing this on this flute, on this recorder. Can't quite get to the high note, but maybe. I'm not going to do it now, but I'll make a note to try and. One. Good, nice flowing section there. Will the low winds help? Let's find out if they add anything. Yeah, let's do it. No. 2, 3. Maybe some percussion in there. Okay, one small stuff up on the A minor here. Sounds nice though. Can't hear it. Except the guitar, I've made the mistake of bringing it in a little early here. 3. Just this section needs to be tightened up a bit, so I'm going to just do this. Yeah. And this actually works out well because there's a slide here that I could get rid of the guitar. Just in the guitar. Boom. Just a bit of a slide. Bit of an unwelcome. And what I actually want on these flutes is the bend effects, which you get quite naturally when you play a normal recorder. But it's going to sound a little bit weird if we do it with this effect. So I might have to actually figure out a way to do a recorder recording. Yes, for the first time the orchestra comes in. Okay, let's do volume or sort of modulation on this. Okay. What we actually want is the same exact modulation as the strings have got, so I'm going to copy this, boom, and paste it under here. Nope. There. Ah, such a clever machine. Listen to the low winds. Those now everything is actually just way too loud. Let's go into the MIDI editor view, crank this up, and just basically bring all the values down uniformly. I've got a little bit of a start discrepancy here. I can also take the value of the attack down, or up at least, so it doesn't start so quickly. Oh yeah, I just realized that the mic's been off the whole time. Oh well. Okay, that doesn't work at all. We have to get some. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm going to just extend the length of all of these clips to compensate for the high attack value. Much better. Okay, so it seems like the modulation, the mod wheel isn't actually, the data's not going through. Ah, nice. A little bit of... yeah, that's going to work out well. Let's first just finish writing the parts of brass. Okay, I think that's a brass part, yeah. Even though we're in the West and the brass instruments weren't that big in this era. Yeah, I also have this nagging feeling that I'm going to redo all of this, seeing as we need a full orchestra sound. I think I'm going to end up going over. But anyway, let's just keep focused on the time. It's rich. Yeah, it's just it. It's rich. No. Cool. Let's take these guys up. Okay, take it down. One, two. Should be up to here, maybe. Just a little brass swell at the end there, so I'll let this. Yes, okay, good. We're on the right track now. The key word here is subtlety. You know, you've got a range like this, and then you actually only end up playing in this kind of section of it, unless you really want to kick the pants off the audience. But for this track, certainly not a pants kicker, so let's just leave it simple. It's not sounding perfect, it's not sounding right, but I think it's time to go, time to kill the stream. Keep working on this stuff during the day and getting better at live streaming. Make sure the mic's recording and stuff. Yeah, so if you were tuning in, thank you for tuning in, and yeah, I'll catch you again, as they say, very, very soon.